You're the one that set it up. I just went off the. Well, we could do that for during the quiet time.
The reflection. All right. Well, looks like it. How's your end? Yeah. How's your ending?
Indeed, we had a lot of music.
Am I keeping an eye out, or are you gonna? Yeah. Ready? If we get to the end, where do we go back to?
So all the repeats.
Yeah. Take all the repeats. Everything's there. It's only the faculty. Yep. We won't get to the bottom. Ready? Go.
Please stand for the national anthem sung by Stuart Kramer, Hawkeye Community College vocal music instructor.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Excellent job, Stuart. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Good evening and welcome to the 2022 Hawkeye Community College graduation. I am Dr. Todd Holcomb, President of Hawkeye Community College, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce our platform guests. Please hold your applause until all guests have been introduced. Platform guests, please stand as I read your name and remain standing. Jay Nardini, Board Chair from Waterloo. Ms. Barb McGregor, Trustee from Nashua. Mr. Lewis Beck, Trustee from Buckingham. Dr. Merritt Jones, Trustee from Jessup. Ms. Bridget Saffold, Trustee from Waterloo. Ms. Lynn Legrand, Provost and Vice President at Academic Affairs. Ms. Nina Grant, Vice President of Student Affairs and Institutional Diversity. Director Ann Lebo, Director of the Iowa Department of Education and tonight's keynote speaker. Aquan Williams and Priscilla Kambazawiko, tonight's student speakers. Ms. Emily Bogie, Dental Administrative Chair, and Ms. Lisa Munoz, Social Sciences and Humanities Department Chair, tonight's announcers. I would also like to acknowledge Hawkeye's Board of Trustees who are unable to be with us tonight. Ms. Teresa Meyer, Trustee from Waverly, Mr. Casey McLaughlin, Board Vice Chair from Waterloo, Dr. Christy Hutchinson, Trustee from Hudson, Ms. Jody Knox, Trustee from Cedar Falls. Additionally, I'm pleased to present Hawkeye Community College's deans, faculty, and staff seated on the main floor. Please stand and be recognized. Thank you. I would now like to recognize Hawkeye alumni in the audience. Would those of you who have attended Hawkeye Community College or Hawkeye Institute of Technology please stand? Since 2011, Hawkeye Community College has proudly displayed our military-friendly designation. We are proud to receive recognition for our efforts to assist veterans, but we would also like to acknowledge the veterans we serve. Would all the veterans and active duty members of the armed forces in our graduating class and our audience please stand to be recognized? Finally, and most importantly, let's recognize the Hawkeye Community College Fall 2021, Spring 2022, and Summer 22 graduates who are seated on the arena floor. While Hawkeye Community College officially serves all or part of 10 counties in this part of Iowa, we attract students from many other counties, states, and countries. This year's graduates hail from Iowa, from states including California, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, Nevada, New York, Texas, and Wisconsin. And we also have graduates from international countries, including Germany, Liberia, Spain, and the United Kingdom. We are so glad you are all here. And here's one more interesting factoid. 98 of our 752 graduates have earned 2 or more certificates, diplomas, or degrees. And now it is with great pleasure that I ask our board chair, Mr. Jay Nardini, to deliver greetings from the Board of Trustees.
Thank you, President Holcomb. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Hawkeye Community College, I want to welcome everyone to our 2022 graduation ceremony. Today is a very special day. For all of the graduates, this celebration culminates your course of study at Hawkeye Community College. It is with great pleasure that the Board of Trustees congratulates you. It is our privilege to be with you tonight as you are recognized. To your friends and your family gathered here today, thank you for the support you have given to these graduates during their education at Hawkeye. Hawkeye Community College is committed to lifelong learning, and we hope you, our graduates, will share that commitment. Hawkeye stands ready to assist you as your future unfolds. Whether you will continue your formal education in pursuit of a baccalaureate degree, or whether you have completed a technical program and will be embarking on a career in your chosen field, you hold the keys to your future. So today, you join the thousands of Hawkeye graduates who have gone before you. Use what you have learned to earn a good living. Enjoy your lives and your family. Make a contribution to the quality of life in your home communities. We wish you well and know you can reach your goals. Thank you.
I'd like to take a second to introduce our student singer, Sunshine Gray.
What's your story? What's your plan? Where you going to? Where do you stand?
In this moment, take a chance. Feel the light shine down. Live your life out loud. You can dance.
Hear the laughter in the air. Let your voice be heard if you dare. Take the high road to your dreams. Let the world see how life could be right now. come with me. One step towards the edge. What will happen next?
Every moment
Tells the story of our lives.
what would happen if we tried? Could we spread our wings and learn to fly?
And together we could see that the world is ours. We can shine like stars. We can dream. Oh, we can dream. Oh, we can dream. Oh, we can dream.
Aquan Williams believes that you should shoot for the stars even when they are far away. When he was 4 years old, his mother moved Aquan and his brother to Waterloo for a fresh start, a better education, and to escape the adversities of their Chicago neighborhood. As an African American male and the child of a single mother, he faced many challenges growing up and along his educational journey. Growing up in Waterloo, Aquan enjoyed high school and participated in football, wrestling, the IJAG program, Upward Bound, and volunteered in his community. He graduated from East High School in 2016 with aspirations for college. He started at a college a couple hours away and walked on at the football team with high hopes of proving himself and earning an athletic scholarship. After a few months of school, he was struggling academically and personally, so he dropped out. Not about to quit, he enrolled in another college in Western Iowa, and this time tried out for the wrestling team. Failing to change his habits, he left school and returned home. Aquan was ready to give up, but his mother encouraged him to go to Hawkeye Community College. He decided to try college one last time and enrolled in the liberal arts transfer program. It was at Hawkeye that he discovered TRIO and the support services that he needed to be successful. Aquan is the first in his family to graduate from college. After graduation, Aquan plans to pursue his dream of working in the entertainment industry and earning his bachelor's degree. Please join me in welcoming Aquan Williams.
Sorry, y'all. Good evening. It's Friday, May 6th. You know what that means. It's the day we all been waiting for. It's graduation day. I've got one question for the class of 2022 and everyone here tonight. Are you ready? No. I'm gonna ask y'all one more time and y'all need to give it to me. Are you ready? I want everyone to look to your neighbor and tell them you love them, because you can't have too much love in this world. Okay. All right. Thank you. Tonight I will share a little bit about myself. I'm 23 years old. I'm the son of a single black mom. In the beginning, it was hard. My mom brought my brother and I to the Cedar Valley from Chicago so that we could get a good education and have a better life. We started off in an apartment with nothing in the house, not even a bed. All we had was a small TV, a couple of pillows, and some sheets. My mom was working overtime and multiple jobs just so we can get some food and furniture in the house. My mom is someone who will forever be my MVP. I watched my mom go through so many things, some good, but mostly stressful. One of which was being involved in a domestic relationship, which resulted in her developing epilepsy. When I was 10 years old, she passed out in front of me while having a seizure. I was alone, my little brother was asleep, my mom was laying there on the floor seizing. I thought my mom was gonna die that night. At that moment, I had to be strong for her. I got the phone, called for help. To this day, I believe it's my mom's struggles that have made me resilient. She is my strength, my life coach, and my cheerleader. After graduating from high school, I attended Iowa Central Community College as a student athlete. But unfortunately, I focused too much on the athlete and not enough on the student. I fell into the same trap as many students. So instead of buckling down and doing what I was supposed to, I left. Later on, I went to Iowa Western, and I tried to have a different mindset, but it was hard. I reverted back to my old ways, and I repeated my mistakes. However, through it all, my mom kept telling me to regroup, get it together, and to go get my degree. She told me life was all about missteps, but the true test was finding your footing. It was my mom who pushed me to enroll at Hawkeye, and I did, but just as a student, not as an athlete. I scheduled a campus visit and actually felt comfortable on campus. I started thinking that maybe this time will actually be different. I attended orientation and met Brittany Warren, who will be my academic advisor. We completed my schedule and it felt good. Unfortunately, I started down the same path as before. I am the king of procrastination. It is truly my Achilles heel, y'all. But this time, I did something I had not done before. I researched my resources. I met another advisor on campus, the Carlos Anderson, and little did I know, my village was about to grow. He too was an athlete in college. It was nice to meet someone that I could relate to. The Carlos physically walked me to Trio, where I met Lucretia Moss, and he told her, take good care of him. Then I met Jennifer Coulter, then Jen Beck, then Kizzy Brown. These ladies are the truth, y'all. They stayed on me, they pushed me. Lucretia and Kizzy do not sugarcoat anything. Jenna is the truth when it comes to papers. Trust me, I know. With me here, she did my papers for me. Oh, well, helped me grade them, excuse me. And you'll never find a stronger or better ally than Jen. They all have pushed me to this podium today, just as much as my mom. Today, I will tell you that self-care is truly the best care. I went through some of the darkest days of my life, trying to get to where I am today. I am not ashamed to say I had to seek help. My therapist always says, every day is day one. Every day is an opportunity to start again and reinvent yourself. Be that person you know you can be. I battle depression and anxiety every day, but day one is my morning affirmation. I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. Yesterday I was at a 1.2. Today, I'm on the dean's list. I reflected on my flaws and made them my strengths. As we move on to the next chapter in life, my advice to you is to ask for help, use your resources, and remember this quote: you are not responsible for where you come from, but you are responsible for where you end up in life. Good luck, everyone. And in the words of the late, great Kobe Bryant, Mamba out.
No matter what life threw at her, Princilia Cabanzawago never lost sight of her dream of obtaining an education. Born and raised in Congo, Africa, Princilia came to the United States with her family in 2016, hoping for a better life. Her uncle suggested they come to Waterloo, so they moved to Iowa with little more than the belongings that they could fit in a suitcase. Not speaking or understanding English, Princilia enrolled in Waterloo schools. As a freshman at West High, she took English classes and spent free time listening to music and watching movies to better understand the language. In May of 2020, she reached her first goal and earned her high school diploma. Princilia wanted to pursue a career in teaching young children and set her goals of earning a college education and enrolled at Hawkeye Community College. During her studies at Hawkeye, Princilia worked hard and continued to learn English to improve her speaking, comprehension, and writing skills. Self-conscious of her English skills, she feared talking to others and became determined to speak English fluently. She balanced school with working a part-time job to pay for her college tuition. She graduates with a diploma in early childhood education from Hawkeye. She plans to continue her education to earn her bachelor's degree and become a preschool teacher. Please join me in welcoming Princilia Cabanzawago.
Good evening, graduates, teachers, family, and friends. I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak with you tonight. It is my pleasure to introduce myself. My name is Priscilla Kiabanzaoko. I'm from Congo, which is located in Africa. I am the third born in a family of 4 children. My parents have been married for 27 years. In Congo, not everyone has the opportunity for education. It was important to my parents, for me and my siblings, to get a good education, a college education. Many countries in Africa play the immigration lottery game to be able to come to the United States. My parents played the immigration lottery game, and they had to wait 7 months to find out a response. Upon receiving a response, they were selected. My parents went through a difficult interview. Then they had to wait almost 2 years before finally being able to come to the United States. In 2016, my family came to the United States. I did not know much about the United States, but I was excited about the opportunity I would have and the chance to pursue my dreams. But I was also scared of the unknown, and I was also sad that I had to leave people that I love behind. My aunties, my uncles, and all my friends. We left everything behind to come to the United States. I started school as a freshman at Waterloo West High School without knowing any English. I only knew my native language, which is French. So I took some English classes with other students from many other countries. I was scared to speak with people who already knew English, as I feared I will not pronounce words correctly or use the right word. But I did not give up, and I graduated from high school in May 2020. I started Hawkeye Community College in the fall of 2020 in the Early Childhood Education Program. It was difficult to learn in my classes and at the same time continue to improve my English skills. Additionally, I had a part-time job and I needed to balance school and work. Again, no matter the challenge, I never gave up. I was chasing my dreams. Today I am wearing this scarf from Congo. It is a symbol of my pride in my country. It represents my origin and where I am from. I wear it today as I celebrate reaching another one of my goals in earning my college degree. So I'm celebrating my heritage as I look to my future. My next goal is to continue my education to earn my bachelor's degree and become a preschool teacher. My dream is to one day open a daycare center. My advice to you is to stay focused. Never give up, even if it becomes difficult. And don't let others intimidate you. If you continue to set goals for yourself, you will reach your dreams. Again, thank you for letting me to speak to all of you today. It has been an honor and a privilege for me. Congratulations to the graduates.
Thank you, Aquan and Priscilla, for your thoughtful and inspiring words. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce tonight's keynote speaker. Dr. Ann Lebo was appointed as Director of the Iowa Department of Education in March of 2020. She previously served as Executive Director of the Iowa Board of Educational Examiners and as Iowa's Chief Talent Officer for the Council of Chief State School Officers. Prior to her work at the state level, she was a secondary principal in Grundy Center and an adjunct faculty member in education and leadership at Waldorf University. Dr. Lebo was an athletic coach and English instructor at the secondary and post-secondary levels for 17 years and worked in the private sector for an additional 5 years. She also served in the statewide Teacher Leadership and Compensation Task Force in 2012 and was appointed to the Governor's STEM Advisor Council in 2017. Dr. Lebo has served as an adjunct instructor for Hawkeye Community College. Dr. Lebo holds a Doctor of Education and Doctor of Education Specialist, both in Educational Administration, an MA in English Language and Literature, a BA in English Education, and a BA in Speech Communication. A 1990 graduate of Grundy Center High School, Dr. Lebo is an advocate of rural revitalization and the importance of Iowa's educational system plays in community vitality. She currently resides in Grundy Center with her husband and 3 children who are all actively involved in their community. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Ann Lebo.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for inviting me to join you and your family, friends, faculty, and staff as we honor our 2022 graduates. I want to start by taking a moment to congratulate each and every one of you for reaching this important milestone. I'm so proud to be here and help celebrate the ambition, perseverance, and resilience you have shown through a college experience that has been anything but ordinary. I'm speaking to you tonight not just as the director of the Iowa Department of Education, but as a former student teacher, administrator, professor, future community college parent, and passionate believer in creating your own best life. I believe the purpose of education is to live a better life, and that living our best life means something different and special to every single one of us. Today, we get to celebrate with each of you in this room who are taking that next step to your own best life. But this is just the next step, and there will be many more as you build your path forward. So don't be surprised if you run into a few detours along the way that I myself have learned to embrace as happy accidents or simply opportunities. My own professional journey was not a straight path forward. After graduating high school, I went on to earn 5 more degrees. I spent time in the business world, lived in other states, and eventually found that the world of education and learning was where I was meant to be. My dad owned a business and my mom was a teacher, so both options were always on the table. But serving students and families in a world where I could also continue to learn every day was what my heart wanted me to do. Eventually, I ended up back in my small hometown as a teacher and then an administrator, stepping into the role of principal, where my uncle was the principal when I was a student, and several of the students were children of my classmates, brought a whole new level of importance and humility to the role I was about to take on and the work I was being asked to do. While that type of leadership role was never initially a thought, it was what others saw in me that led me to see what was possible within myself and challenged me to see my potential in a different way that led to opportunities I never would have dreamed of, such as eventually serving in the highest educational role in the state of Iowa as the Director of Education and shutting down schools across the state in my 3rd day on the job. Perhaps the fact that my first day on the job was Friday the 13th should have been a sign. For the past almost 6 years now, I've served 2 governors as a state director at 2 different agencies, all while living in my small town of Grundy Center. For 6 years, I have balanced my small town life with some pretty big responsibilities. And for 6 years, I have driven back and forth to the big city while maintaining my small town living back at home. While there were certainly conversations about moving and what that would mean for our family, the balance of keeping both and the perspective it brings to my life and the life of my family turns out to have had one of the greatest impacts on who I am as a person and a leader and the possibilities of who I hope my own children can become someday. I go to work each day to a place where big decisions are made and come home each night to a place where family and simple living is our core. As each of you think about your next steps and discover who you are meant to be, remember the importance of where you come from and the people who encouraged you or saw something in you along the way. We cannot find our futures alone, and the journey is often more important than the outcome. There is a lesson in the movie Sweet Home Alabama that always spoke to me about the choices we make and our ability to have both roots and wings. It doesn't have to be one or the other. We can have both. And sometimes it's the art of balancing those parts that challenge and stretch us the most that offer a more valuable perspective than we might have ever imagined. You can have roots and wings. You can have a big life and a simple life all at the same time. It's up to you on how you make it. When I tell people that I still live in Grundy Center, they often look at me with disbelief. Now that have more to do with the gas prices and the mileage I put on my car, but when I talk about the why, their perspective often changes. My why is family. So I have chosen an option that allows me to raise my family in the best possible way while also following my career. Because it doesn't have to be one or the other. It just has to be what's best for you. finding your own why, and knowing what drives you and grounds you, then honoring both is the key. Each of you has a unique story, and I know that for many of you, the path to this commencement wasn't easy. As a former instructor here at Hawkeye, I've seen firsthand the challenges many of you face as you try to balance life with learning, such as taking college courses in between working or taking care of family. I know that there were times when it felt like there were not enough hours in the day, times when you spent hours on a paper or assignment and submitted it just in time to head off to work or to help your own children with their homework, and that sleep was likely a limited luxury. But you didn't give up. You didn't lose sight of your goals. And now we are all here to recognize your sacrifices and hard work, because it was worth it. Today opens a new door to so many new opportunities. But as you step through, remember to never lose sight of the why that brought you here, or the one that will keep you moving forward. Don't waste time aspiring to live someone else's life. If we all choose to create the best life right in front of us, we can build a better life for everyone around us. And that doesn't mean chasing someone else's dreams or definition of success. If you had told me when I graduated from Grundy Center in 1990 that I would be in the role I am now, or even living here, to be honest, I'm not sure I would have believed you. But where you start or where you live does not limit who you can become. Keep moving forward. Take risks. Do new things and enjoy the journey, knowing that it won't always be easy. And through it all, remember that who you want to be and what you want to do are more important than where or how you make it happen. You can have roots and wings, and that's what I want to leave you with today. There's no right or wrong way to find your future. Just go find it. The path will be there for you, but remember, you can always come home. And I hope you remember to always live life big. Find opportunities in the unexpected, and never neglect your roots and wings. Thank you for letting me be part of this special day, and I wish each and every one of you much success in life, and I can't wait to see where your journey takes you. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Lebo, for being with us tonight and sharing your story and comments with us. Ms. Legrand, will you please come forward for the presentation of the class?
Good evening. Now, with pride, I bring to your attention candidates who have earned individual distinction. You may have noticed that certain students are set apart by the academic regalia they're wearing. We have students wearing red, white, and blue cords. These students are current or former members of the Reserves or National Guard or are prior service members. They have faithfully and proudly served or are serving our country. Would these students please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Students wearing blue and gold cords and a gold stole are members inducted into Phi Theta Kappa, an elite academic honor society for two-year colleges. Would these students please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Students wearing a gold medallion on yellow ribbon have a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 or higher and have earned an honors designation. Would these students please stand and be recognized? And now, I ask all of the candidates to please rise and remain standing. That's all of you. The certificates, diplomas, and degrees will be conferred this evening by Mr. Jay Nardini, Chair of Hawkeye Community College's Board of Trustees. Mr. Nardini, the candidates before you and others have completed all of the requirements for their respective certificates, diplomas, or degrees, and the faculty recommend these awards be conferred.
This is the best part. You have completed all of the requirements of your program of study and have been recommended by the faculty as deserving of your award. Therefore, by the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Hawkeye Community College and the state of Iowa, it is my pleasure to confer upon you the appropriate degree, diploma, or certificate for which you are qualified. Congratulations, graduates. Please be seated.
Now presenting diplomas, Board Chair Jay Nardini. Associate of Applied Science, Accounting. Carrie Cowell, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting, Diploma, Accounting Technician. Cody Hargrave, Associate of Applied Science, Accounting, Diploma, Accounting Technician. Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Office Management. Madison Newell, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Office Management. Associate of Applied Science, Ag Business Management. Blake Veenstra, Associate of Applied Science, Ag Business Management, and Certificate, Precision Agriculture. Elizabeth Whaling, Associate of Applied Science, Ag Business Management, Associate of Applied Science, Animal Science, Certificate, Meat Science, Certificate, Precision Agriculture. Associate of Applied Science, Ag Power Technology. Carter Thompson, Associate of Applied Science, Ag Power Technology. Diploma, Veterinary Assisting. Madison Spree, Diploma, Veterinary Assisting. Kimberly Hendricks, Diploma, Veterinary Assisting. Associate of Applied Science, Animal Science. Emily Kerr, Associate of Applied Science, Animal Science. Callie Van Way, Associate of Applied Science, Animal Science, Certificate, Meat Science. Haley Kuby, Associate of Applied Science, Animal Science, Diploma, Veterinary Assisting. Alexis Taraberry, Associate of Applied Science, Animal Science, Certificate, Meat Science. Diploma, Practical Nursing. Cypress Anderson, Diploma, Practical Nursing. Nisa Bellinger, Diploma, Practical Nursing. Brielle Hayes, Diploma, Practical Nursing. Desiree Jenkins, Diploma, Practical Nursing. Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Hillary Jacobs, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Heaven Frericks, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Jennifer Christensen, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Michaela Storr, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Gracie Vose, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Amber Timmons, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Jesse Ryman, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Julieta Ibricic, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Julie Swickereth, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Emily Lindeman, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Emma Elpers, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree Nursing. Associate of Applied Science, Automotive Technology. Brandon Beatty, Associate of Applied Science, Automotive Technology. Brock Biesecker, Associate of Applied Science, Automotive Technology. Jake Mackestead, Associate of Applied Science, Automotive Technology. Stephen Frankie, Associate of Applied Science, Automotive Technology. Zane Shares, Associate of Applied Science, Automotive Technology. Austin Winterscheid, Associate of Applied Science, Automotive Technology. Associate of Arts, Business. Ida Sanchez Fathiaben, Associate of Arts, Transfer Major, Business. Associate of Applied Science, Civil and Construction Engineering Technology. Andrew Peters, Associate of Applied Science, Civil and Construction Engineering Technology. Liza Harold, Associate of Applied Science, Civil and Construction Engineering Technology. Joseph Rettenberger, Associate of Applied Science, Civil and Construction Engineering Technology. Ryan Kumsher, Associate of Applied Science, Civil and Construction Engineering Technology. Hans Borsico, Associate of Applied Science, Civil and Construction Engineering Technology. Nathan Tice Barnett, Associate of Applied Science, Civil and Construction Engineering Technology. Heath Wyant, Associate of Applied Science, Civil and Construction Engineering Technology. Associate of Applied Science, CNC Machining and Tool Making Technology. Carter Freilich, Associate of Applied Science, CNC Machining and Tool Making Technology. Associate of Arts, Criminal Justice. Shaylisa Taylor, Associate of Arts, Criminal Justice. Nicole Vaughn, Associates of Arts, Criminal Justice.
Now presenting diplomas, Trustee Barbara McGregor. Aaron Tim, Associate of Arts, transfer major, Criminal Justice. Bokai Heron, Associate of Arts, transfer major, Criminal Justice. Diploma, Dental Assisting. Ana Vivanco Arceo, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Tatum Brandt, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Kaylee Loescher, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Mary Lysett, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Emily Bradley, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Tracy Curran, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Ariana Barnhart, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Hannah Dvorak, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Tatum Happel, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Katie Scott, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Mariah Twy, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Cindy Nunez, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Sydney Meeks, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Josie Baller, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Hannah Eichhorn, Diploma, Dental Assisting. Taylor Ellis, Diploma, Dental Assisting. And now for Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene, Brianne Martin, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Lauren Wisco, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Caitlin Russell, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Alyssa Herches, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Taylor Teedy, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Taylor Hendrickson, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Megan Wolfakul, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Eden Polzin, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Caroline Lumila, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Haley Wieland, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Sydney Hansen, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Kylie Parmalee, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Carly Parmalee, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. Marcy Jacobs, Associate of Applied Science, Dental Hygiene. And now for Associate of Applied Arts, Digital Mass Media. Joseph Enertson, Associate of Applied Arts, Digital Mass Media. Bryce Parker, Associate of Applied Arts, Digital Mass Media. Ethan Kern, Associate of Applied Arts, Digital Mass Media. Keegan Cutsforth, Associate of Applied Arts, Digital Mass Media. Caleb Edwards, Associate of Applied Arts, Digital Mass Media. Alejandro Benitez, Associate of Applied Arts, Digital Mass Media. And now for Associate of Applied Science in Early Childhood Education, Nicole Parker, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education, and Diploma Early Childhood Education. Taylor Rahm, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education, and Diploma Early Childhood Education. Bailey Anderson, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. Alexis Bergmeyer, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. Madison Anderson, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. Erica Hill, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. And now for Diploma, Early Childhood Education. Princilia Kiabazuako, Diploma, Early Childhood Education. And for Associate of Arts, Elementary Education, Harley Schlee. Associate of Arts, Transfer Major, Elementary Education. Now presenting diplomas, Trustee Louis Beck.
Grace Schwenniker, Associate of Arts, Transfer Major, Elementary Education. Abby Trikel, Associate of Arts, Transfer Major, Elementary Education. Leah Kaufman, Associate of Arts, Transfer Major, Elementary Education. Associate of Applied Science, Diesel Truck Technology. Dylan Smith, Associate of Applied Science, Diesel Truck Technology. Kyle Hockey, Associate of Applied Science, Diesel Truck Technology. Austin Cook, Associate of Applied Science, Diesel Truck Technology. Associate of Applied Science, Electronics Engineering Technology. Chevy Burnell, Associate of Applied Science, Electronics Engineering Technology, Diploma Electronics Technician. Eric Lurson, Associate of Applied Science, Electronics Engineering Technology, Diploma Electronics Technician, Certificate Electronics Installer. Associate of Applied Arts, Graphic Communications. Brody Goose, Associate of Applied Science, Graphic Communications. Braylee Bogart, Associate of Applied Arts, Graphic Communications. Lauren Wagner, Associate of Applied Arts, Graphic Communications. Kimberly Renzi, Associate of Applied Arts, Graphic Communications. Molly Uden, Associate of Applied Arts, Graphic Communications. Sydney Latwiesen, Associate of Applied Arts, Graphic Communications. Zoe Wilkening, Associate of Applied Arts, Graphic Communications. Louis Czar, Associate of Applied Arts, Graphic Communications. Associate of Applied Science, Hospitality Management. Jonathan Rader, Associate of Applied Science, Hospitality Management. Adamson Menal, Associate of Applied Science, Hospitality Management. Associate of Arts, Human and Family Services. Aaliyah Davis, Associate of Arts, Transfer Major, Human and Family Services. Associate of Applied Science, Human Resource Management. Brenda Abarca, Associate of Applied Science, Human Resource Management. Heather Mangridge, Associate of Applied Science, Human Resource Management. Ina Kudic, Associate of Applied Science, Human Resource Management. Crystal Deering, Associate of Applied Science, Human Resource Management. Tristan Tinker, Associate of Applied Science, Human Resource Management. Ella Toomey, Associate of Applied Science, Human Resource Management. Raquel Harmon, Associate of Applied Science, Human Resource Management. Associate of Applied Science, Information Systems Management. Justin Meyer, Associate of Applied Science, Information Systems Management. Diploma, Computer Networking Technician. Jeffrey Lovins, Associate of Applied Science, Information Systems Management. Zachary Ernst, Associate of Applied Science, Information Systems Management. Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Hannah Payne, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Brianna Deering, Associates of Arts, Liberal Arts. Stephanie Brinks, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Aubrey Schmidt, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Aquan Williams, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Grayson Langenwalter, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Andrew Hansen, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Jonathan Brustkern, Associates of Arts, Liberal Arts. Araceli Aguilar, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Now presenting diplomas, Trustee Dr. Merritt Jones.
Patience Petty, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. John Croner, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Rachel Roth, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Whitney Morse, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Sadie Jameson, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. DeAndrea Archer, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Ashley Sires, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Joseph Shabbat, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Yvonne Gomez, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Zachary Weaver, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Audrey White, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Abel-Dean Muanda, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Jasmine Fuller, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Lexi McCarthy, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Ashlyn Carnes, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Megan Reisinger, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Shamar Adan, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Emma Marting, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Ella Marting, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Ashlyn Metcalf, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Joel Herring, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts, and Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Erica Shagdas, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Aiden Zwanziger, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Vianney Kanku, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Elena Gallery, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Carly Bowles, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Brittany Bamford, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Trevor Hansen, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Ashley Butters, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Josie Thompson, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Journey Perry Harris, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Lexi Wagner, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Rebecca Lenton, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Katerina Ashakovsky, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Ethan Sells, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Alexander Harris, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Joseph Baston, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. And now for Associate of Science, Liberal Arts, Brittany Hancock, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts. Aislinn Korf, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts. Kira Birch, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts. And for Diploma Medical Assistant, Hannah Rapp, Diploma Medical Assistant. Delaney Nihus, Diploma Medical Assistant. Cassandra Kroll, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts, and Diploma Medical Assistant. Fee Bowie, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts. Adam Femmel, Associate of Science, Liberal Arts. Noe Calderon Ortiz, Diploma Medical Assistant. Jacob Winter, Diploma Medical Assistant. Evelyn Charlotte Mawate, Diploma Medical Assistant. Desiree Perez, Diploma Medical Assistant. For Associate of Applied Science Marketing Management, Brooklyn Radloff, Associate of Applied Science Marketing Management. Riley Oberhauser, Associate of Applied Science Marketing Management. Lincoln Lasourde, Associate of Applied Science Marketing Management. For Associate of Applied Science Network Administration and Engineering, Jacob Booman, Associate of Applied Science Network Administration and Engineering. Nathan Swanson, Associate of Applied Science Network Administration and Engineering. Shaju Associate of Applied Science, Network Administration and Engineering, and Diploma, Computer Networking Technician. For Associate of Applied Science, Natural Resources Management, Spencer Rose. Associate of Applied Science, Natural Resource Management. For Associate of Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technology, Caitlin Zoki. Associate of Applied Science, Medical Lab Technology. Selma Jonozovic, Associate of Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technology. Now presenting diplomas, Trustee Bridget Saffold.
Alfred Aduro, Associate of Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technology. Selma Durzic, Associate of Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technology. Danica Berger, Associate of Applied Science, Medical Laboratory Technology. Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Riley Bonzer, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Kaylee Harris, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Erin Studer, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Amelia Vetter, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Leslie Shagdis, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Eric Garcia March, Associate of Applied Science, Physical Therapist Assistant. Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Cassie Ronick, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Hannah Axline, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Stephanie Lurson, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Riley Greach, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Hannah Pickert, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Alexis Johnson, Associate of Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant. Associate of Arts, Psychology. Megan Burchell, Associate of Arts, Transfer Major, Psychology. Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Dalton Height, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Derek Litweiler, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Jesse Danielson, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Dalton Rush, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Renaid Kite Tazovich, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Taylor Hepperly, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Andrew Gustafaro, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Virginia Felix Matias, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Elizabeth Reeves, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Thomas Malone, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Jacob Demmer, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Morgan McDowell, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. David Wise, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Brett Kramer, Associate of Applied Science, Police Science. Associate of Applied Arts, Professional Photography. Claire Bowen, Associate of Applied Arts, Professional Photography. Becky Dobies, Associate of Applied Arts, Professional Photography. Mackenzie Huck, Associate of Applied Arts, Professional Photography. Cami Timp, Associate of Applied Arts, Professional Photography. Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Safari Williams, Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Haley Donovan, Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Cassandra Velazquez, Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Morgan Meester, Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Jenna Oldani, Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Tanner Porter, Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Skylar Johnson, Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Nermina Ogrich, Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Charmine Anderson, Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Monique Wolf, Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Katie Gruber, Associate of Applied Science, Respiratory Care. Associate of Applied Science, Web Programming and Development. Spencer Mokel, Associate of Applied Science, Web Programming and Development. Melissa Glave, Associate of Applied Science, Web Programming and Development. Associate of Applied Science, Sustainable Construction and Design. Trayton Weimer, Associate of Applied Science, Sustainable Construction and Design. Andrew Rohde, Associate of Applied Science, Sustainable Construction and Design. Caitlin Meyer, Associate of Applied Science, Sustainable Construction and Design. Elliot Birkland, Associate of Applied Science, Sustainable Construction and Design. Associate of Arts, Sociology. Naisha Jones, Associate of Arts, Transfer Major, Sociology. Associate of Applied Science, Welding Technology Welder. Russell Benson, Associate of Applied Science, Welding Technology Welder. Diploma, Advanced Welding. Lily Hermanson, Associate of Applied Science, Welding Technology Welder. Diploma, Advanced Welding. Colton Birch, Associate of Applied Science, Welding Technology Welder. Diploma, Advanced Welding. Diploma, Welding. Certificate, Welding. Eli Niemeyer, Associate of Applied Science, Welding Technology Welder. Diploma, Advanced Welding. Hunter Newman, Associate of Applied Science, Welding Technology Welder. Diploma, Advanced Welding. Diploma, Welding. Certificate, Welding. Justin Wyatt, Associate of Applied Science, Welding Technology Welder. Diploma, Advanced Welding.
Graduates, you may now move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations! You now are, and forever will be, Hawkeye graduates. We are proud to call you Hawkeye alumni, and we thank you for choosing our college for your educational needs. To the audience, I thank you for coming to this evening's graduation ceremony. Your presence here is important to Hawkeye Community College, its students, and its graduates. Please remain seated until all the stage guests and graduates have exited. Thank you, and have a good evening.